How's everybody doing today? We're back with another quick chess tips video, and today is going to be a little bit different. It's not going to be a lesson really, it's going to be more of a puzzle. It's going to be related to Endgame, since we have been talking about Endgames. So let's pull up the board here, and right here is the problem. Hope you guys can see that. Let me slide it over some. There we go. Okay, and in this position, it's white to move, and I'll give you guys just a few minutes to look at the position and try and figure out what you think's going on here, and then I'll talk about it. Okay, you can pause the video if you need more time. The first thing I hope you noticed here is the fact that white's king is much more active than black's. Also, if you notice here, white has a passed d pawn, right? Well, these are both advantages that white has, and this is what gives him an edge right now in the position. But we have to find a way to win. Just because we have a better king and a passed d pawn doesn't mean we're going to win the game easily. So you have to look for other advantages as well. So what can we do here? Well, we can see that if black didn't have this pawn on f7, then both our d and e pawns would be passed pawns. And with two strong passed pawns and an active king, usually that's enough for a winning advantage to be able to win the game. So that can kind of give you a hint about what we should do. So white plays this move, g6. And of course now, if he plays, let's say he plays f6 here, then now we just get, instead of the passed e pawn, we get a passed g pawn. We take. And now we have a passed d and g pawn. So two passed pawns and an active king is almost always going to be enough for a winning edge. So now we just bring our active king up even further. King f5. Now he has to defend this pawn somehow, so he plays king e7, but then we just check him, check, king f8, king takes f6, and this would be game over here. That's completely winning here. There's nothing he can do. If he tries to check here on c6, we just block with our rook, and then we're just going to push the passed pawn and win. So we'll go back to this position after g6, and instead of f6, let's say he takes on g6. Okay. Okay, true, for the moment, black has an extra pawn, right? But white has two connected passers on d4 and e5, and as we've said, an active king and two passed pawns like this is almost always going to be enough for a winning edge. So after that, white just plays rook g1, attacking the pawn. Black defends it, rook c6. Now we bring our king up even further with king to d5 here. Now our king is extremely active, and something we should note here is that what can black do? He doesn't have a whole lot of options, and white's plan is very clear. We see the open f file, so our plan is just going to be to play rook f1 and then swing our rook up, and that should give us a winning attack. He played b4 here, and again rook f1 with the same idea. Now the threat here is to play rook f7 check and then just take his rook. It will be undefended, so he has to move this rook out of the way or move the king. So he plays rook c2, and now here we advance our passed pawn. Passed pawns must be pushed. That's a very common phrase you'll hear around chess circles. Passed pawns must be pushed. Or a passed pawn is a fast pawn. That's another one. e6 check, king e7. Now we infiltrate with rook f7 check. After king e8, king d6, black resigned in this position. And just so you're aware of this game, if you want to look up this whole game, it was Michael Adams versus John Ems, London, 1991. Most of you will be familiar with Michael Adams. He's probably the strongest player to come out of England. I think he used to be top 20 in the world. So the lessons in this game, the first one was that even though at the start of the game, back here, White has two big advantages. He has a passed d-pawn and an active king on e4, but you still should find more ways to improve your position. You can't just get get a couple of advantages and think that the game's going to play itself. So you should constantly be looking for better ways. So we found that by playing g6 here, that would give us two pass pawns. And as we've talked about, that's almost a guaranteed victory. So that's all I have for you today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Please do subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And please like the video if you enjoyed it. And I will talk to you guys again soon. Thank you.